All right. Hello, everybody. This is a little reading for February 19th, the full moon in Virgo. This is the full moon of the last Aquarian new moon. And yeah, what were the seeds of intention that we planted, if anyone did? Like I was talking about, I was going to start a dating app. Uh, Aquarius says, the future, it's modern technology, it's that kind of stuff. So, and some of the relationships that I feel that with this new moon was setting up relationships and networking patterns for the next uh, couple years now. Uh, these are going to set things into motion. And I definitely had my mind altering, mind shattering event. I don't know. It really feels like the movie Logan's Run. Have you ever seen that movie Logan's Run? It's like in the future, and everybody's, once you reach a certain age, you're basically recycled, and you just, if you want sex, you just get on your little computer, and well, that's basically what's really happening in the world. And I really didn't understand how crazy it was, but it has showed me a glimpse of what's to come with this Aquarian age. This sense of detachment and relationships, and then with the community, and this really, like I was talking before, this Borg hive-minded kind of mentality. Uh, wow. Anyway, we'll leave that with that. But okay, so the other side of that lunation is Virgo, which has made me, it has shined the light on, wow, stuff like sexual health and spiritual union, as opposed to just this disconnected, um, texting and photos, and it's just this dating scene in the city is. I don't think I'll ever trust anyone with the phone again. Let's just say that the dating scene in the city with apps is absolutely ridiculous. I'm kind of shocked, actually. Uh, but anyway, my mind has definitely went through this spiritual square that I was talking about between Pisces and Sagittarius. Uh, Now Mercury is in Pisces. The Sun is in Pisces, and it's also shining a light on, for me personally, like other addictions and other vices that I'm holding on to that I didn't realize I was actually holding on to. So um, there's going to be a mental rewrite for me personally, and everyone. I mean, we've got this coming up this next 60 days uh, on, what really needs to be addressed. Um, the deeper subconscious kind of needs and wants, and which ones are valid, and which ones are healthy, and which ones are, addictive and destructive, and uh, it's been a very big eye opener for me. But anyway, this has been a very powerful Aquarian illumination, in my opinion. And we're at the waning phase, the next couple weeks, we will be tying up all the events that we've experienced here since the past couple weeks since we first had the new moon. Venus is up in Capricorn, conjuncting Saturn, and Saturn and Pluto are coming closer to that conjunction that keeps happening. This isn't going away anytime soon. We will be continuing to talk about this up in the 2020s. And as well as with this Neptune and sextile, and this, the whole next year, we've still got Jupiter sextile or squaring Pisces here, just really stirring these three signs up like crazy, stirring them up. And now we also had Mars moving into Taurus. It just conjuncted Uranus and with the moon, and now it's into Taurus, where the way I always seen it is like, it always seems like this time of year, like if, let's say you got your tax check, it is tax time, right? And the gluttony side of Taurus starts coming out, and there's more of a forward movement, a more spontaneous type of actions towards gluttony, and whether that be food, sex, drugs, that's probably the most. It can be positive, but I mean negative, depending on all in moderation, I guess. The positive side of it is the stubbornness is, in my opinion, the stubbornness towards like work ethic, or getting things done, or committing to whatever it is, like cleaning the garage or something. There's a little bit more of a stubborn push, and a energy to keep it going, to maintain. So I like this Mars in Taurus. It's loosely, elementally trining our full moon in Virgo, and the house of Capricorn, and all those planets, and then sextiling Pisces. So, I mean, that's just a beautiful alignment, and this is a beautiful awakening happening across the entire, world stage, I think. Huge leaps in thought and forward thinking, and a lot of I'm seeing a lot of the baby steps, kind of the rough parts of holding the front line, with this new Aquarian age, and what it means for the death of that connectedness with spiritual connectedness, and more of a detachment and intellectual. Is freaky, and but I don't think we're going to get around it. We're moving into the Aquarian age, and technology and humans are merging, and it's just crazy. Transhumanism movement is I didn't really recognize how subtly it's stepping into our lives. But anyway, definitely with Mars here in Taurus, strengthening this full moon. This full moon, in my opinion, is more than just health, and it's very much about health. And this is a good mile marker to see if people who started New Year's resolutions of wanting to gain weight, are you getting the results that you were working towards? That grind that we were talking about. Did you get those results and it's kind of shining a light and giving you maybe a little bit of a rude awakening, whether you have or you haven't. Um, so this is a nice reset, a new uh, time to say you didn't, do so well. Now would be the time to renew that purification or the rebuilding, restructuring uh, of your health and your everyday routines. Uh, and also, Virgo is can be overcritical. So this may have shown or showing a side of overcriticalism that you may be having right now. Maybe some people, heavy Mercuries, are being overcritical, just a little too perfectionist. Sometimes that reflection back can show that negative side of nervousness and being too critical and too black and white. Definitely can be very Virgo kind of thing. It's also, in my opinion, I'm starting to fast my fasting back. So, and that's a very purifying effect. Um, I do a lot of intermittent fasting and uh, that kind of stuff. So I really believe in autophagy. And if anything, like for the dieters, this is the, if you don't know anything about autophagy, look into it. The effects on cancer, diabetes, uh, the effect on mutated proteins and fats in your body that you've stored, and carcinogens and all that stuff. The act of autophagy is you can, your body can make it eat it if you put it in the correct chemical sequence. You can introduce a chemical state called autophagy, and you can basically purify every cell in your body, even including your brain. So, definitely good time to renew those vows, especially now that you have Venus conjunct Saturn. Uh, maybe it always reminds me of the sexy falling off. Like, when people who dress for validation, uh, and then someone cuts them down. That's very uh, uh, Saturn, Venus. So maybe some of us have had humiliating, reality checks and our looks or something like that, and you know, that's just part of life. Part of maturing and getting older. It's not the key is not to dwell on it and make too much out of it. Because to be honest, it's everyone, all we do is just compare each other to other people, and most of us look for, this person has this better than me. They're always looking at the worst side of things. So I'm trying to learn about that myself with this, my own personal spiritual warfare that I'm going through, and it's purging of my patterns and paradigms and, the structures and routines that I've built in my life. And are they really actually, getting me to that place where I feel, I feel good with who I am, So, and that's been a lot of the astrology build up this past 2018 into 2019, and it is coming off of that first eclipse season, the start of the eclipse season this year. So, Yeah, definitely. Virgo full moon also deals with your bowels and the elimination of waste and the deciphering of what is valuable and what isn't valuable. So there's also maybe a good time to like organize, depending on where this is at in your chart and everything. Organize, rebuild, restructure, redo, re-feng shui things, kind of just recalculate, recalibrate. Um, Anything or where this is in your chart, you know. This is actually in my first house, and it is a renewal of my intermittent fasting and stuff like that. So that's how I used this last lunation. I didn't do too bad. I'm starting to get some of my winter weight off, but I got a lot to go, and to where I'll be comfortable. But I'm doing it. And that's how I use astrology for mine to set cycles and stuff and patterns in my life. And I mean, I'm doing pretty good for my mid 40s, I think. So, uh, but anyway, I love you guys. And I'm going to cut it here. So, peace. Love you guys.